Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. I know what you're thinking. It's Friday. Why isn't this a build video? Because I'm a little bit behind. So apologies. Mr. Davies Revstar is coming next week. But let's move on to today's fluff piece. Now, I'm always overwhelmed by the donations that you lot send me. There's loads. There's some amazing ones coming up. Like, I can't tell you how good they are, because that'll ruin the surprise. But there you go. My name's Paul, everyone. This is Milo Studios. There's a fucking sign somewhere. I swear a bit. Sorry about that. Most of you know who I am. And if you're new, make sure you're subscribed. And if you think you're subscribed, check you're still subscribed, because YouTube's a creepy little bugger. And it does things behind closed doors. Someone sent me an old Squier. I've got a little bit of a soft spot for old Squiers. I never knew I had it. I thought I only had hard spots. So I wanted to do this one. It's pretty cool. I'll show you without further ado. This is an early 2000s Squier P51. Now, I love Strats with 10 hand knocks. I think they look brilliant. I used to have a pawn shop 72. And I'll never keep them. As Colin from The Guitarist says, I'm a catch and release collector. It's the best thing about doing YouTube bollocks. I get to look at it, I get to caress it, I get to have a little cheeky whirl, and I get to fuck it off down the road to someone who's gonna actually love it. This thing has got real relicing on it. It's got a discoloured pick guard. It's got actual fretware. Actual, not fake. No, 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 no. So you don't get your knickers in a twist. This thing is pretty awesome. Apparently with coil split, but that's not looking very good. We might have some things to fix. Okay, so a gentleman called Steve Hibbert sent this to me. He did send me another pickup and some cheeky upgrades. I'm gonna use them in a charity build, Steve, because I think that would be a cooler way of doing it. He sent me a really cool DiMarzio stacked pickup and some strings and all that sort of stuff. This is going to get set up with NYXLs from Daddario because they sponsor the videos. Thank you, special wave. And I'll send another set along with it as well. So you're sorted for quite a while, even if you're one of those weird pricks with rusty fingers that fucks guitars up.
Come again.
So I'm not going to measure anything. We're not going to look at much. I'm just going to strip it down because it does need a bit of love. We need to fretalise our frets. I'll straighten the neck up. We'll check the frets are fine and it doesn't need a massive fret job. Sometimes it appears like there's a bit of fret wear, but you might find that once you run over that with a fretalizer, it's not going to be as bad as you think. So we'll have a little look. We'll check these out. This is a 250 quid guitar on Reverb. There's a few of them about still. People do sell them. It's just a little cool, little iconic little thing, isn't it? It's simple, it's light, it's unique, and it's quirky, and I like it. A little bit comes out. It's invoking an artist reaction, like those toffee-nosed twats that go to art galleries and look at old oil paintings and cry. Well, it's not quite that excessive, is it? But let's take it apart and have a little cheeky look. I need to make a decent version of that, don't I? It's a little bit fucking slapdash. Now this guitar is bedroom tarnished and the strings do invoke, I think you might need a tetanus. We've got a bit of cowboy chord wear. Not a lot, not a massive amount, but we'll have a little look at that. We'll assess it as we go along. I don't know what psychopath strung this thing up. It's tying all sorts of knots. Right, so I'm going to wipe the fretboard down with a bit of naphtha. I'll show you what that is in the bottle and I'll show you the label so that 9,000 of you don't have to message, what did you use to clean it? Petroleum hydrogenated something, 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 and a pair of your mum's knickers, boys. All right, that's what I'm using to clean it. Ask me how I got them. Not you, not you. Your mum's a right state. Right, so we're going to give it a quick wipe off. Oh, it's got actual wear on it. I love it. I'm begrudging cleaning it. I like it. It's ironic that Leo Fender came up with a bolt-on neck so that you could bin them when they started wearing, and now we all pay extra to have a worn fretboard. I'm going to artificially inseminate the edges of the fretboard and give it a little bit of a round off because there's no rounding on there. It's all a little bit sharp and coarse. Bit of glass cleaner on the body, just in case there's any man particulates on it that I don't really want to be touching. Out comes the fretalizer. You can say it in a German accent if you want because it is funny. If you've not looked up the fretalizer system, I don't know where you've been. The link's below. It's not an affiliate link. It's just very good stuff. If you want to do your own fret jobs and polish your own frets without using any wet stuff, It's brilliant. It really is brilliant. I'm just going to whip over with a 1500, nothing else. It's going to dull them up a bit, but it's going to leave me, and it's going to let me see if there's any particularly bad low spots. Right, so now I've done that, you can see, I don't think it doesn't really need a fret job. The depressions in the fretware are so minor. They're literally just starting to show. So I don't think we're going to need to do that, but I am going to straighten the neck up and see what the fret job's like. I need to think of new words for guitar because I say it too many times, and I know a lot of you are at home going, yeah, I'm going to drink every time he says guitar. We'll have to call it other things, and I don't like calling it an axe because I'm 44 years of age and I'm far too mature. I think we all know that's a load of bullshit. Oh, I looked at little Dave there. Sorry if anyone got fucking triggered. I love that word, triggered. If you use the word triggered, you're a prick. Let's have it. It's from the 2000s. So is the fret job better? It's crafted in Indonesia, and we all know the Indonesians are crafty and they make great guitars. Let's be honest, guitars coming from all parts of Asia now are arguably brilliant. The landscape has changed considerably. Had to use a different size Allen. Sometimes you get a truss rod with a really, must have a coarse thread on it or something, because you've only got to touch it with a badger's queef and the neck's adjusted, so be careful with that. Now when you're checking for little rocks, if you have a proper fret level and recrown, in theory you should get none. Occasionally you'll get a weirdity and you'll get just the tiniest of rock and you think, how the fuck did that happen? I've just been sanding it with a flat beam. They're better than pretty much any low-cost guitar out of the box. You're not going to get frets that level on any Harley Benton or low-cost guitar. Not to say that they're bad, they're not, but they're really good. There are a couple cheeky rocks if you're going to be super critical, but as a whole, that's really, really good. So, ideal, because I didn't really want to do a fret job. Don't know if you can tell. Is that synonymous with the fact that guitars back in 2000 were better? I don't know how much these were new. I mean, it was a low-cost Squier guitar, but were the frets better back then? Are they doing something different now? Are they cutting corners, which means that we get more cheeky rockers? I don't know if that's the case. Comment below, let me know what you think. First thing I'm going to do is just address the breaking of the edge of the fretboard, because that's a little bit coarse for me. There's several ways you can do that. I'll show you. This is 400 grit. And I'm going to cut a couple of strips, 2 different size strips, all right? If you've got a glossy thin fretboard, you've got to be very careful, all right? But I'm just going to, let's bring in little Dave. Let's be professional. Now, I'm not touching the fretboard and I'm not touching the neck. I'm on an angle here and I'm close to both and I'm just breaking that edge. 1, 2, 3. You can allow yourself to go over the edge of the fret if you want, because it's just going to help smooth it off. And we're just going to go all the way up, like you're flossing yourself. That in itself will transform how your guitar feels. I can't stress that enough. The reason I say cut 2 strips, we're learning today, aren't we? We are learning. I was in a funny mood earlier, but this guitar is making me feel a little bit serious, a little bit sexy if I'm honest. Cut 2 strips. If you've got sexy polished ball end frets, you don't want to be putting your sandpaper near it. So you're going to go very carefully in between, and then as you get up to the skinnier ones, you're going to need your skinny bit of paper. See that? Thinking up there. Fucking intelligence. Take me to your leader, you bastards. Fertilizer also gives you this little rubber block, and you think, why have they sent me a rubber block of shit? But it's so that you can wrap it around some, I mean, this is 1500 grit paper, which is what I'm the first one, the fertilizer, and I'm literally going to do that again, and I'm going to go mad now. Circles, angles, whatever you want to do. I mean, in their video, they get in and they go in and around all the frets. I'm just taking off any burrs. I don't want any sharp bits. It's therapeutic for you to get your guitar at home. What are you doing? You're rubbing it with 1500 grit up to 8000. It's polishing it. It's not really sanding it. You don't have to be scared of that. You're taking off little edges. You're sorting out the edges. You're not doing anything mental. You can do this at home on your dining room table. It's a hell of a nice little process. It's really, really relaxing. Next time you're going to restring your guitar, you don't have to restring it. You can absolutely transform it. Well worth the time and effort. And if like some of you psychopaths have got like 50 guitars, because I know you have, start on your cheapest one and I'll guarantee you'll enjoy it more than some of your more expensive ones. Once you get some skills behind you, now we're all smooth. We've got a little bit of rounding on our fretboard. It all feels a bit more comfortable. So now it's just a quick polish up through. 15, 2, 4, 4 and 8. That's all you need to do. Whip up through with that. Use your protector. I won't show you how to do it. And we'll come back in a second and I'll have everything all polished up. 3, 2, 1, darlings. Back in the room. Woo, there you go. We're polished up to 8,000. Completely dry system. You might get some shininess. You can see there's just a tiny bit of fretwork. You can see it, but it's hardly anything. Perfectly, it's fine. It's fine. Right, fretwork's done. That was easy. That literally took me half an hour. Piece of piss. Let's have a little look at the electrics now and what the fuck's going on with this push-pull pot, because we might need to replace it. And if I've got to do some wiring on this channel, instant unsub, and I wouldn't blame you. So there's 2 random screws here. I don't know what they're for. Well, Christ knows what's going on with the wiring on this. I've got no idea. So it looks like it's a blend pot. I'm going to plug it in and tap some shit. I use a little Spark Go because I can put it on high distortion and we can hear all of it. Because it's an old guitar, I've got no idea if it's been modified or what. But that seems to be volume. That is all bridge. And then we seem to be able to bring the neck in. Wiring woes. How can we rewire that then? Because I don't really like that very much. That seems to be a blend pot, but you can't get the bridge out of it completely. I'm not really into that. Right, I'm going to turn off cameras. I'm going to have a little look at me book. And I'm going to figure out a way of rewiring this guitar because that pot feels a bit dicky. So I want to replace that one anyway. I might replace it with a push-pull pot. And we'll see if we can split these proper. Shall we? Maybe put a switch in? Let's modify it. Fuck it. It's not a £4 guitar. I'll see you in a second when I've made a decision. All right, so I didn't even bother montaging the electrics because I'm shit at that. But this is what I've done. I had to extend a couple of wires from the humbucker. Basically, someone had rewired this sometime in the past. Take your goggles off, Paul. It's alarming. It's a challenging wank, isn't it? Yep. Someone had rewired this. It was supposed to have a rotary switch in there and a bit of push-pull madness. Didn't have any of it. I used a step drill to widen out and put a StewMac 3-way switch in and a push-pull pot for splitting for splitting the fucking humbucker. So I've kept it simple. I've kept the switch out the way. We're all rocking and rolling. It's a bit of a squeeze. And then if we crank that one up, we should have bridge, nothing, both, neck, and then we should be able to roll off the volume, turn the volume on, and we should have a split as well on that one. Wow, there you go. We got 6 tonal options. Get your nipples out. Let's all make some cream. That got a bit ahead of itself. So I'm going to put it back together. We're going to string her up. I've also noticed that there's no springs in the bridge. So some Philistine, whoever did that, someone has had a proper butcher's at this guitar. But I do love it. I'm falling in love with it. Every little niggle I find, I love her even more. I've got some springs out of my sparesies. I'm going to pop them in. We're going to string her up. I'm going to glue the nut in because that's not fixed in. She's had a right life, this thing. It's the sort of guitar that once I set her up and she's absolutely pucker, just have it next to the sofa, plug her in and she just goes. This is what we like. Bit of simplicity with a little bit of love. Oh, let's get some springs in. So to the uninitiated among you, these saddles should have a spring in between the screw and the saddle. It's not rocket science at all. I've noticed that there are still donations coming in to the Man Down charity, which is absolutely phenomenal, gents. I'm currently representing Man Down, which is a charity to do with men's mental health. I did the Plymouth Half Marathon and supported them that way. I've got one more absolute stonker of a guitar that someone has donated. A super posh PRS. It's coming up. The gentleman is asked to remain anonymous. God, I've not done so much manual screwing since the 90s. when I was a much more virile man. I can't wait to plug this thing in. Fender's made some weird humbuckers over the years. I don't know what type's gone in this Squier. I've never seen it. It's one that you can split, although it's not in a conventional way. It's a bit odd. So I'll do what I'm looking forward to hearing her. Again, no idea what these screws are doing. No idea. Fuck knows. Let's get some strings. NYXLs to the win. Oh, sexy. Thank you to Dario. Thank you. Grovel, grovel. Make sure you save your player circle codes, everyone, because you get some freebies. Well, I'll whiz through this because it's boring.
A few moments later.
Make sure you have a little look onto Dario's website. They've got all sorts of crazy little gizmos and gadgets, most of which I'm trying to get for free on the side. But, right, fuck off. Let's turn that down for a minute. People did comment, why do you not use a plug-in tuner? Because I used to use a little clip-on one. So I started using my little plug-in number. I've got a little rig set up here. When I do my new bench, one day, I'll have all this permanently wired in. So I can just do dunk and away we go. Let's get her set up. I'm going to tune her quickly. Right, now it's in tune, I'll check the straightness of the neck. That's the next port of call. You've seen this many, many times. It's the same every week. Let's just get it ingrained in the soul. I've got a mountain of relief. I'm always aiming for 0.05 millimeter, which is an amount of pounds per square inch. I don't know what it is in imperial wingspans, but 0.05, which looks like a little bit. Out comes Mini Allen. Mini Allen! Mini Allen! Which I think is a 4mm on this particular guitar. I've got to adjust a PRS neck and I didn't have the right spanner. Their tool is a really short one because they don't do a massive route to get the spanner in. I looked at a Music Nomad set. It's bloody expensive. I don't know what you're milking to make those sockets. £51 for a few Allen keys and 3 sockets. Mr. Bezos got my money that day, I've got to say. And I don't like to furnish Mr. Bezos and his rocket escapades. I'm supporting the neck in the middle, all right? In case everyone goes, shouldn't you be checking the action with the guitar on its side? If you support the neck in the middle and the guitar flat, the difference in measurements is so negligible, it doesn't really matter a fuck. And it's much easier to film and more comfortable to do. I've got 1.2, super low on the low E. And 0.5 on the high E, which would be why we've got issues. 0.5mm is a little bit too low, even for the shredders among you. So all I'm going to mess around with is my high E. Mess around with the high E and get that up to about 1.2mm. Once I've got that right, I'll check what my nut's saying. Yeah, so my nut is cut to 0.2mm. It's not enough, nowhere near enough. That's why I'm getting fret buzz on the first fret. And that's not going to be acceptable. Could bring the action up a little bit higher and maybe get a bit more out of that, but I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with how that's cut. So I'm going to loosen my strings off and we'll get a nut out and we'll put a new one in. Now everything's in a massive mess. I've set her up as nicely as I can, and actually she's very nice. I put a Geiger bone nut in there. It's all intonated up beautifully. The neck pickup's hot as hell, but all very well and good. It's got the old style string trees. I've just ordered about 50 roller string trees and they haven't arrived yet. So that's staying on, but there's no trem. It's not the end of the world. I've monked up the nut with a bit of butter of my own making.
That's a smell of desire, my lady.
Everything is lovely. We are 1.6mm action at the 12th on the low E and 1.4 on the high E. For a Strat, that's perfect. We've got actual real wear and tear on this maple neck. So not even the relic haters can moan about it because this thing has been played, bedroom tarnished, wank ragged. It's had it all. The tuners are not the best. This is a modding platform, and it is. Basically, if you want to replace a couple of pickups or a couple of tuners, that's no great shakes. The setup for the guitar is fine. It's ready to rock and roll. It's better than fine. It's lovely. I'm going to take it downstairs to Fritzl's. Let's hear the baby purr. That sounded really cringe. So there we have it. I've enjoyed this little project. I thought it was more fucked up than it is, but it's not. Apologies for the demo. I just wasn't on form today, or basically any day, to be honest. It's a pain in the ass, but I muscled my way through it. This thing has got all sorts of weird appeal. It's raw, it's basic, it's a little bit different, it's grubby. It's basically destined to live next to someone's sofa and just get plugged in and hammered. And it's got so much life in it. Really love it. I'm really surprised by that neck pickup. I didn't know what to expect. Didn't really know anything about the guitar. Massive thanks again to Steve. Share this video. Become a channel member if you want to contribute to some of the charity builds that we're doing throughout the year. I got turned down by a big YouTuber about doing a collaboration charity thing. But I'm over it now, so it's all right. I've dried my ice. We've moved on. The eBay listing goes live same time as the video, 9 AM GMT on a Monday morning. So and they sell really quickly. This is going to go on eBay for 250 quid plus postage. It's a cool little relic of a guitar. I'll put it in a brand new soft case. It's been restrung. I'll put another set of the Dario NYXL strings in there. So you're getting a little bit more for your money. And the payment for that will go, eBay's changed their system now, so I can make payments direct to charity from the sale of a listing, So there's a few there to choose from. They haven't got a massive list at the minute, but this one's going to go to cancer research, which seems to touch the hearts of everyone out there. We're all involved with that in some way or another. So the sale of this one will go direct to cancer research. I won't see a penny of it, which makes life very simple. Thanks for watching, everyone. Special wave. Be kind to everyone. If you've got something interesting to say about this one or recommendations, bung it in the comments. I'm always up for that. I'll go in downstairs to have a coffee. It's been a stressful day, but not because of this little slag.